Yo! Hello, you guys! Today, we'll be flying Philippine Airlines to Manila! Welcome aboard the Philippine Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. This seat has plenty of legroom. And over here I have a 10-inch TV screen that's HD, a USB-A port, 2 headphone jacks, safety card, blanket, a headset, a pillow, and a view outside right now. Loading all the boxes and luggage.
Our flight carrier. We request all passengers to occupy your assigned seat for the duration of the flight. If you are seated in an exit row, you are required by civil aviation regulations to leave the passenger card. If you need to be reseated, please inform our cabin crew now. Closing the cabin door. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your assigned seats and fasten your seatbelts. Sa inyong lahat, puso po namin kayong tinatanggap dito sa PR 113 patungong Manila. Mabuhay! Philippine Airlines, the heart of the Filipino, welcomes you on board PR 113 bound for Manila. Our pilot in command is Captain Giorgio Arbate, assisting him in the controls, our first officer John Kevin Connor, second officer Jericho Serrano, and second officer Jessica Festejo. This is your flight purser, Jane Aquiles. Our estimated flight time is approximately 13 hours and 25 minutes. We will now be showing you the safety features of the aircraft and Boeing 777 in accordance with Philippine Civil Aviation Regulations.
in-flight entertainment by Panasonic Extreme. We have lots of languages, movies, especially fresh from the box. We have even the DC movies like Batman and Joker. We have past movies. We have viewer's choice. Even the kids can watch a movie. They won't be bored. And then on TV, we actually have lots of good TV shows. Even the kids can watch Scooby-Doo and Amphibia. For music, you have radio music, or you can listen to albums like Eraserhead, Scooter Pillow, and we have a Voyager 3D map, which is similar to American Airlines, Emirates, and Singapore Airlines. Here's our flight pattern. From LA, we'll be going to the Pacific Ocean. We're mostly along the ocean, a bit between the Aleutian Islands and Hawaii. Cross the international date line, and once we cross the date line, we'll go like south of Japan, and then towards the Philippines. I'll be wait. Estimated arrival time 5:49 at night. If you don't want to get hungry in this flight, here is the economy class menu. For our first meal, which is lunch or hot meal, we have beef picadillo or pico express. 7 hours into the flight, we have a sandwich and cookies. For breakfast, we have bangus and eggs, garlic fried rice, or you get ham with eggs. And here are all the allergies. And for alcohol, for adults can get all of this. And then for the kids, the juice and sodas, hot chocolate, and coffee for the adults. A bonus feature of this screen flight entertainment, you can even chat to your partners in the seat chat. Can do in this plane? You can read the history of Philippine Airlines. You can have a duty-free sky boutique. You have some news, tour packages, and of course, for the adults, Hawaii miles. Also, we have an amenity kit on board this 14-hour flight. Inside it, we have a sleeping mask. After this, the sleeping mask. Sorry. We have a towel, and then we have some dental stuff, a toothbrush, and some toothpaste. So this is for our first meal, which is lunch. I have Pico Express and steamed rice. We have a pasta salad, bread and butter, we have browns for dessert, and we have Pepsi can. And bakit Biko Express ang tawag?
Kasi Bicol Express dati plane papuntang Bicol, di ba?
Ah,
Kasi Bicol special yun.
ah,
Meron silang spice na.
yeah. Sabi spice kasi. Yeah. Itadakimasu. The other option on board is the beef picadillo, which is beef with saging to
Beef.
and kanin pa rin. Still same option. It's time for the Leo E Comfort Room Review. Welcome to the comfort room of the Philippine Airlines Boeing 777 jet. We have a sink here, huge napkins for the toilet bowl, wash, soap, dash, the toilet paper, and we have the toilet. And we have the diaper changing station. That was the really comfort room review. Right now, we're about to cross international date line, which means today is Monday, it's gonna be Tuesday when we cross the line. I think we're like 300 something miles from the date line. And we still have 4,297 miles remaining. We're speeding up at 568 miles per hour at cruising altitude of 33,000 feet. Negative 483.6 degrees Fahrenheit outside. 5 hours 32 minutes since departure. 7 hours 15 minutes remaining. ETA 5:39 at night. Here's our view right now from the cockpit. Stop, you guys. We're now officially crossing international date line. If you have kids on board, you can get a free activity bag. In the activity kit, we have an activity pad which has stickers from Justice League. Here we also have additional stickers for this. And we even have a belt. Halfway into the flight, we were served a turkey, bacon, and cheese sandwich with a side of Grandma's chocolate chip cookies. It's time for the Leo E Comfort Room Review. Welcome back to the comfort room of the Philippine Airlines Boeing 777-300 here. This time I'm in the rear comfort room. It's a bit wider than a while ago. We have a sink, still working on cologne, hand wash, and lotion. And we have the usual toilet and tissues. That was the really comfort room review. We're right now near Guam and Challenger deck. Still have 1,402 miles to go. We're at altitude of 36,000 feet and now it's so cold outside. breakfast service, which I got apple juice as my drink, another bread, some fruits, hummus with scrambled eggs, and fried rice. The other option is tater tots and ham scrambled eggs. had a good time on the Philippine Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. I would rate it 8 out of 10. The food, 7 out of 10. The seat, 10 out of 10. The TV, 10 out of 10. I'm just heading right now to border protection so I can get out of here and to Bataan.